Hey guys, Isabella here, and welcome back to the channel. So today's video, we're going to be diving into some more Monet BS. So again, I know previously in a couple other videos, I talked about how Monet is honestly going very, very hard in regards to Zoom calls. I'm actually in several different types of Monet team group chats, and something I've noticed is there's been a little bit of an increase in regards to Zoom calls and specific like Monet-wide calls. It's very interesting, and it's definitely like fascinating to me because it's not like specific teams now. It's honestly spreading to trying to get the collective to think a similar way. I know it's gonna be a nightmare, but I'm ready to hop in. So before we hop into today's video though, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, and click the bell button down below. Also, you guys, I did want to actually say as well how I am gonna try and start including all of my outfits or things that I wear in the description. So if you're curious what I'm wearing, like this is literally a dress from Target. I'll have it linked in the description below from here on out. Also, other things in regards to like my Amazon shop and my merch and other items as well is gonna be linked down in the description below. By the way, you guys, I have completely revamped my merch and everything right now. I have new styles and designs. I haven't had merch up in months at this point. I'm excited to finally have that up for you guys. And if you have any other suggestions in regards to design styles or anything that you want specifically, let me know. Anyways, let's get into today's video.
And can I just say how much I love the directors that we are kind of collaborating with. You guys are so lucky to have such amazing leaders. They are truly the best of the best. And I just feel honored, Connie and myself, that we get to be on here tonight pouring into you guys. I pray that you guys take something away and that you walk away just feeling uplifted, and just even if it's a few nuggets that will help push you through the month of July. So we're super honored to be here tonight.
Yes, I love it. It's so good, Britt. I was going to say too, you guys, I was like telling my team, like, every single call you have to be on. I'm going to be on every single call because I would literally not be where I am without.
I don't like that. Again, so one at the very beginning, we had Britt talking about how, oh, we're very, very thankful for all of our leaders. They're very important. And then two, oh, there's so many different like people in regards to Monet. Like we can all learn from each other. Again, I feel like it's trying to unite the collective a little bit more. But I do not like this, how we have top leaders saying you shouldn't be missing any calls. That's very unrealistic. Again, because like it's summertime. Some people have it to where their children are home from school. So maybe they need to be focusing on their kids and their work more, not including Monet and their side hustles. So that's just a lot of pressure for people. You don't need to be on Zoom calls all the time. It bothers me too, because then we run with this narrative of you're a bad leader and that's why your business isn't working if you aren't on these calls.
These women that you guys are going to get to hear from, and all of us are so different. We're so different. We have different things to bring to the table, and that's good because you're going to need all those different things at different points in your business. So truly make it a point to get on these. If at the very least listen to the recordings, which I will start the recording in just a sec. I'm going to let the last group in at 6:02, and then I will go ahead and start, and then Britt is going to take it away. I am in my trailer. I'm beach camping, you guys. I'm in the trailer garage, so this is why I look a little...
You're beach camping, aka a vacation, and you're what? Still working? Time freedom should be able to take some freedom off from working. Having that residual income, as they mark it off, should be able to where you take off a week. Like, I'm gonna be honest, I am able to take a week or so off of work and I'm fine. Do I like doing that? No, because I get bored, I'm gonna be honest. But if I want to fuck off and take like a 2-week vacation someday, which, crossing my fingers, I'm hoping to go to Europe, honestly, maybe in 2023 maybe, I can do that. This, they cannot do that apparently, because if you're in your trailer, beach, camping, and you have to get on calls, that's not really necessarily residual income. That's not time freedom. And it's, I mean, yes, it's great if you can work at all different areas of the world, or you can like work at like any time. That's fine. But like, to me, this is not screaming convenience when you're literally like, I need to be on this call.
We're looking a little cray-cray, but you know what? That's the beauty of this. Okay, Britt, you're good if, to work the waiting room if you see it. And then okay. Here we go. So, you guys, tonight we're talking about purpose and dreaming big. And I got to be honest, I was like, any topic, I'm like, okay, Britt, when you and I are together, we can do this. But then I was like, oh, okay, I'm going to go on purpose. I'm like, that's so loaded, right? Like, it's so big and it's so deep. And I'm like, there's no way I can do this in like 10, 15 minutes. So I am going to give you the literal surface version, you guys, of purpose. Because as you could probably already just imagine from something like this topic, it requires so much more digging and in-depth things I'm going to give you so that you guys can go down this journey of just finding your purpose if you haven't yet, and or figuring what that can be and how Monet can be an avenue for you to live that out. All right. So I'm going to start with this. Purpose. What is the definition of purpose? Okay. Purpose is the reason for which something exists. Okay. That is purpose. So So I would ask all of you, do you believe in your heart you know the reason for which you exist? Now, I'm not going to get into a sermon here. This is not a whole thing, but it would be absolutely completely a huge miss if I were to ever talk to you about purpose without telling you how I find mine. And the only way I know my purpose and or find that out is because I've got to know why I was created and what the reason is for me to exist. You guys, my purpose, shocker, is not to sell Monet. It's not to sell Monet. Your purpose is not to sell Monet. It is for this season, in a sense, of course. Yes, that is our job, is to provide an
Hold the fuck up. We got into a very interesting topic. Okay, you know what? Who else wants to bet that Brittany Rose and then this individual is gonna leave Monet? Like, who wants to bet? Why is it all of a sudden, though, that they're like, your purpose isn't to sell shampoo, it's to just connect with people. So almost trying to act as if the vehicle, like you, as long as you're just in the network marketing industry, that's impact. That's an interesting way of saying it. That almost sounds like the separation. So that way it's like, hi, as long as I'm a part of network marketing and I'm impacting people, then that's my purpose.
Opportunity for people to work and good products, right? But your purpose is not to sell Monet, okay? My purpose is not to sell Monet. It's bigger than that. And that should be the biggest sigh of relief for you guys. Your purpose is so much bigger than that. Everybody has a different one. You know what mine is? Because I surely never thought it would be me being in the beauty industry or doing social media. I know that my purpose is to just lead other women and encourage other women. That is what I am good at. I'm good at bringing people together. I'm good at community. I'm good at being around women and just leading women, you guys. That is my purpose. Maybe you're great with organization. Maybe you're great with structure. You're so good at that. Maybe you're great with helping people recover and heal from things. Maybe you're great at helping people with finances. You guys, there's so many different purposes for our lives, right? And mine is going to be very different than yours. And they're not always deep. Okay, so I want you to understand that. Like, you might be like, well, my purpose, I don't think my purpose is to like be some spiritual guru or to help people. That's okay, you guys. It doesn't have to be. But you were created on purpose by someone who loves you for a purpose on this earth. And it's so much more than just shampoo, right? Live transcript, got it. Recording, got it. See?
Recording in progress.
I do this and
This meeting is being recorded.
Thank you. So, you guys hear that all the time when we share that phrase, like, it's so much more than shampoo. It's so much more than skincare. A lot of you say that, and it's because you've already found that, right? And you've seen that it really is, and it really is the truth. So I'm going to give you guys a few things, a couple points on purpose. Number one, I want to share that Monet will make your dreams come true, but I have to ask you, what are you passionate about? This is all tied to your purpose, okay? When people say Monet will make your dreams come true, I mean, outside of just, my dream is not to sell Monet, like I said. That's not, we didn't go to bed when we were 8 years old and go, oh, one day.
Okay, sorry, I forgot, I had to run out of the room, so that's why the little recording by the host is there. It'll pop off in a second because I catch it. But again, so weird to me how all of a sudden the conversation's like, well, my purpose wasn't to sell shampoo. Like, my main thing isn't really Monet. I'm like so confused because these are the same people that will berate the hell out of others for not being all in or super interested in Monet, but they get the privilege of saying, well, I mean, it's not really like my thing. What? Like, I'm so confused. Like, I don't understand how, like, for example, I could sit here and do this and be like, it's really not my thing. How do you sit there and feel good? What the fuck? No. This is my thing. I love it. That is my shit. I fucking love creating. I love talking about issues. I love talking about lifestyle. I love talking about a lot of things. I just love talking, okay? But like, it's weird to me. Why would you want to be a part of something that you don't actually, like, you're not actually into or love then? I'm sorry.
I just dream of being in the best direct sales company in the world, and that's going to be my lifelong. No, Monet is the avenue, and it's the freaking best one out there, in my opinion. It literally is. It is the avenue to make your dreams come true. A lot of these girls you're going to hear from, you guys are actually, you just heard from 2 days ago, just about to buy a property that she's investing in, you guys, that she's going to Airbnb on the water in Florida. And everyone's living out these different things and dreams. People are opening boutiques. I've seen people be able to open up and do nonprofit work that they've always wanted to, you guys. And Monet has paved the way to do what their dream is and what their heart's desire is. But I would ask you, what are you passionate about? What makes you wake up in the morning? Because if you don't wake up every morning to sell shampoo, then I'm going to tell you that's very normal. I don't wake up every morning going, oh, I live and breathe to sell shampoo. No.
Why are you doing it then? Like, I wake up and in regards to my job, I'm like, fuck, what am I going to create? Like, I get excited about that. Or how can I market this off better? Or, for example, if you're starting your own business like these individuals say that it is when you join Monet, wouldn't you be super ridiculously passionate about what you create? There was no way in fucking hell I would start a business and not wake up being proud of it, excited about it, and ready to try and progress with it. This is not your real business then if you sit there and don't wake up getting excited about it. You should be excited about what you do. You should love the things that you're working on. The contradictions are nuts to me, but it blows my mind because they're literally airing out that they don't even truly love what they do pretty much. You should be like, you know what? I'm pretty fucking excited about this.
Oh, you guys, I am passionate about something else, and the shampoo is going to be the avenue that I get to do that, right? So what is it for you? Do you know? Maybe you can type it in the chat and tell us a few things. Do you know what you're passionate about? Like, what do you love to do? And again, it doesn't need to be anything super deep or like have this major, everyone seems to think that it has to always be like, I'm leading people to God or I'm your spirit. That might not be what you're passionate about. And that's perfectly fine. Some of you are passionate about making women feel beautiful with their makeup tips. Some of you are passionate about fashion. Some of you are passionate about health and wellness or gardening. None of it's wrong. Okay. It's how you were created. So you need to embrace it. You need to embrace what you're passionate about. And it may seem weird because you're like, but I'm in the beauty industry, so I should be so passionate about that. It's not what I'm necessarily passionate about, but I'll talk about why getting up and doing the reels and talking to my VIPs and all that leads to my purpose, okay? So that's the first thing I would say is, what are you passionate about? And if money were no object, what would your dream job be, you guys? What would you do for a living if money...
I thought Monet was the dream. I thought 9 to 5s were just the devil. I thought that 9 to 5s drained you and they didn't make you happy and Monet's gonna give you everything under the sun. And oh, regular businesses, well, I mean, they cost a lot of money and it's not worth it. Well, this network marketing is the industry to do. Now all of a sudden, what's your dream job? What, like, are we trying to shift the mindset that you just simply utilize the network marketing concept and suck the life out of your downline and then hop out when it's not convenient for you? What, like, this is not normal behavior.
Or no object. That is what Monet can bring you. That is what Monet can do for you, you guys. Bring you to your purpose. Does that make sense? Okay, I can't see the chat, so I hope I'm just coming through to you guys, but I hope that you guys are there and you're tracking with me. All right, number 2, you have to decide now, especially if you're new, you have to decide now if you want to live a life of purpose or not. John Maxwell said, do you ever notice that there's 2 types of people for the most part, right, in this world? The ones that always seem energized and they're the go-getters and they're the ones that constantly have something about them that you're attracted to and they move on to things even when they fail and they just seem to roll through the punches and they just seem to always be, there's those ones. And then he said, and then there's the other ones that are just dead. They haven't just officially made it an announcement yet, meaning they just live like, you know what I'm saying? And so he said, you have to decide now if you want to live a life of purpose. Do you want something more for your lives, you guys? Do you want to do something bigger than just, yes, maybe right now it is pay your bills. And maybe right now it is just to make the financial ends meet. I completely get that, you guys. But I also want to challenge you to not just get lost on that, because there really is more for you. It starts with that, but more can come. And you don't even have to know what that is, but you do have to decide now that you're going to live a life of purpose and you're not just going to live based on circumstances because you're like a ping pong ball in that machine. What's that machine that goes like this? What's that thing called? You know what I'm talking about, right? And you're just living life like this, and that's how people live their life. They only are passionate if circumstances are good. They only feel like they have purpose if things are well in their life. That is no way to live your life, right? But you have to determine now, because certainly there's going to come things along your path that want to take that away from you. All right, number 3. If you want to find your purpose, you have to start doing before you're ready. One thing I will tell you guys from something I've noticed from myself from doing this for 5.5 years, and a lot of my leaders who have found their purpose in doing this, is they did not start there. They did not start out thinking, I'm going to like speak and encourage women. They all started probably pretty much the opposite. They were like, I don't know if I can do this. I don't even know why I'm going to do this. I'm introverted. I hate speaking at crowds. I don't want to go to events. I don't want to host events. And they're like, but I'm going to start. I'm going to start because I know what I know about MONAT as a company and as a whole and what it has done for all these people before me. And I would be a fool to not follow in that, right? And so they start and they go do the things before they are ready. You will never find your purpose, you guys, in anything, regardless if it's MONAT or anything else.
Okay, I think we also need to kind of get this out of the way that everyone has purpose, whether they're in a company, a part of a job, whatever the case may be. Everyone has some sort of purpose, okay? You don't have to be a part of something to have purpose. Just a fellow reminder here. Let's also talk about this very interesting perspective in regards to how you need to start doing things, otherwise you won't find your purpose. Again, very odd. But like, I feel like their perspective on purpose purpose is very misconstrued because it's almost like we have to be doing something to have purpose, which is very bullshit again. Also, if you don't feel fully ready to do something, sometimes it can be unrealistic fear, but then there's also many times where it's your gut telling you you're not ready. I can't tell you how many times I've like, you know, I think I'm gonna do this, and all of a sudden like it just, things were adding up. I just had this like questioning feeling, and I was like, we're not gonna do that yet. I have a feeling I'm not ready. And I wasn't. I feel like we're trying to push people to be like, if you want to find your purpose and if you want to do on this company, it doesn't matter. Just do it all, do it anything. I feel like this is also very, very unorganized advice.
You want to wait until you feel like you know everything or you have your ducks in a row. We just had to go. A lot of us just had to try speaking to figure out if we were really good at it or if it was our purpose or not. A lot of us had to try being the host of events to find out, yeah, maybe I'm not maybe the best host or the best. A lot of us had to try, and then we found, and a lot of us were shocked and said, oh my gosh, I found out all these gifts and talents about myself that I never knew I could do. And that's part of finding your purpose, you guys, is you got to stumble through a few things. You got to stumble through stuff and try things and be willing to go, you know what, that I've done it, and at least I did it, and I'm trying it, I'm getting back up and I'm trying it. It might not be my greatest gift. Okay, let's try this. And then doing that, you're going to find out very quickly, you guys, what you really are gifted at, which will be a part of you finding out your purpose. And we'll talk about that in a second, okay? But you have to be willing to go before you're ready. Number 4, purpose fuels passion. I have seen many times people say passion fuels purpose, and I'm sure you can make valid points either way, but I don't agree with that. I would rather say it this way, only for the purpose of, because this is what I'm training on, okay? So purpose fuels passion. Passion does not fuel purpose. Why? Because passion can quickly fade. How many of us know this? When we were 21 and we were passionate about that boy, and good God, I'm so glad that passion faded, so I'd be in trouble or whatever, right? Like, passion is an emotion. And if you're a woman, you obviously know that passion goes like this, especially after kids and all through the things. And passion can fade, you guys. And what's going to keep your purpose there, or what's going to keep you going when passion fades? What's going to be the difference between the two groups of people I just told you about? One has purpose. There's no difference, you guys, between the people that do astronomically great things for them and their families and leave a legacy for them and make impact than the people who don't.
So here's the thing. I get certain stuff in regards to, yeah, like relationship, the passion will fizzle. Okay, that makes sense. If you have something that you really love and that you're fighting for, you can still power through with that because you genuinely love it. Like, I'm sorry, but I'm not understanding this at all. It's like, oh, well, you need to have some sort of purpose. Like, so are you saying the purpose is like your family, your friends, trying to have a better career, being financially free? That's your purpose. That's why you stick with Monet?
None. They are hit with the same obstacles. The Bible says a principle that the sun rises and shines on everybody. The rain pours on everybody. They have the same obstacles and the same trials and the same fears and the same inadequacies and the same hangups and the same comparisons and the same everything that we do. The difference is they're smart enough to know that their passion will not last forever in anything. I don't care if it's your deepest heart's desire, you're human, and life will come at you and take your passion away. So then what's going to keep you doing anything? Purpose, right? Without purpose, we do not have a reason to do anything in this life, right? So purpose fuels passion, you guys.
This is so cool, T.
One thing I want to say too is you don't need to be, and I'm wrapping this up, you don't need to be passionate about every aspect of this business. If like I said earlier, you wake up and you're like, I'm just not passionate about talking about shampoo. I'm not.
Why the fuck are we in it then? Why are we begging people to join? Why are we saying that this is the most amazing company in the world then? If you know damn well that a lot of people might not be passionate about this or might not be into it. Isn't that the whole purpose and goal with MLMs, is loving what you do, having financial freedom, enjoying life? That defeats the purpose if you're actually acknowledging that people don't really have a lot of passion for shampoo. And again, there's a lot of people that have passion for that stuff, and that's awesome. But if you're not into that, then why are you pushing people to stay in it?
Passionate about skincare. Like, I just can't get into it. You guys, I would literally say, I get it. That is me. That's how I started. I'm not naturally drawn to those things. That's not my personality. I've always said, I'm not the beauty girl. But you know what I am passionate about? Like I said in the beginning, encouraging other women. I love seeing people find things out about themselves that they never knew they were good at. I love seeing people make their dreams come true.
There are literally a billion other things that you could be doing then outside of network marketing that can be encouraging to people. I've seen content creators that have built their entire following off of being encouraging, inspiring, and building people up. That's a thing. You can do that also in other career fields that you're passionate about. So again, now if we're trying to make this mentality that, oh, well, you don't have to really love what you do, then what really is making MLM stand out from any other career field?
True. I love hearing messages of people crying because they were able to pay a bill that they never thought, they were able to pay off debt that they never thought they could, to help a mom. I am passionate about that.
And you can do that in many, many other ways. The problem is you're full of shit, because not a lot of people I know damn well don't just hit her up and say that. And if they do, they're probably looking at the paycheck and not the money that's actually going outside and leaving because they're spending so much money investing into the MLM. People have a better chance of making money, getting another job, starting another like small business, a different side hustle. So many other things outside of this that they can do that would actually help pay off bills instead of this shit.
Donate is the avenue that leads me to that. So not every aspect of the business I'm not passionate to always want to talk to my VIPs. I'm just being honest. I would rather go to a reel and just I'd rather do all those other things and lead the team.
You're not passionate about talking to the customers and working with people that shop and support you.
And not do the VIPs. Some of you are opposite. All you want to do is take care of your VIPs and you want to love them to death and squeeze them and love them. And you're like Elvira on the Animaniacs, that woman just squeezes those bunnies and you just stay there and you don't go do a dang reel and you don't want to host a team call and you still haven't done one event. I get it. We all have different things, you guys, but this is why you need to have purpose. Because when you're not passionate about just doing the mundane things, your purpose will make you go, snap out of it, Connie. You have a bigger purpose here. There is a reason you need to get on and do this today. People are watching you. Your team is, okay, I got it. Yes, you're right. And then I get it.
There's going to be off days. There are going to be things you're going to have shit days. Like, for example, I've had things where I'm like, fuck, I got to edit a lot. And it's long. It's very, very long editing. And that can be kind of tedious, right? But I don't hate my job. It can be a little difficult with certain aspects. That doesn't mean I am not passionate about it. That doesn't mean I don't love it. I love what I do. And this is just very abnormal behavior to me because, like, again, I wouldn't encourage anyone to be just in a 9-to-5 or something if they just fucking hated it. You know what I'm saying? But I especially don't like how this is a trying to entice people to stay in a system because, oh, well, things are depending on you. This is really important. Like, you're not going to love this all the time. But, I mean, if you have a purpose, then you'll get through it. That's not okay.
And I go, right? Okay. Number 5, and then I'm gonna leave you with 3 things, you guys, because again, this is so loaded. These were just the things that came to my mind this week. Number 5 is the only thing worse than not knowing your purpose is to live someone else's. Gets in a very, I think, in our industry over anything. I've never experienced anything like it. I'm not a person that tends to compare. I don't get jealous. I just don't have that bone in my body. But then I joined this business and I'm like, oh, dang. I see how easy it is because social media, most of our business is on social media, and I get it, you guys. But the only thing more dangerous, I think, than not knowing your purpose is to just try to live everybody else's. So I highly encourage you, if you don't know what it is, you guys, to take some time and find that out. There are books upon books upon books and podcasts upon podcasts upon podcasts that talk about this. And this is why we push you guys so much to self-develop and to get into that, because it will lead you into knowing that. And here's what you can do if you feel like, oh, I don't know what my purpose is. Okay, let's start with these 3 things. These are just very general things. Number 1, and by the way, this can change over different cycles and years in your life, right? It can totally change once you become a mom. It can totally change when you have toddlers versus when your kids are grown and out of the house. Okay, so do this exercise every few years if you need to, if you feel like you're lost. Okay, number 1, what are you passionate about? I already asked that. What are you passionate about? What moves your heart to drop you to your knees and go, I can't even handle it. I have to do something about that. Okay, everybody typically has something, okay?
Okay, then that's what we're getting at. Like your family, your kids. That kind of stuff would be what we're hitting on in regards to your purpose. So I can't quit because I have to support my kids. I can't quit because I want to be around my kids more. Well, I want to retire my husband, as Britt and Connie have so graciously always talked about. Those are the types of purposes we're talking about. So when we put the need onto something so serious like children, family, friends, etc., then it will make people feel so tied to Monet that they don't want to let go.
It moves your heart. Number 2, what are you naturally gifted and good at? What are you naturally gifted and good at? Your gifts will lead you to your purpose. Your gifts will lead you to your purpose. If you get nothing else from this, figure out what you're good at. And then number 3, how can you incorporate those things into how you do Monet? How can Monet be the avenue? Because I'm telling you it is. I don't care what it is you say that you're gifted at or what. Monet is the avenue to allow you to use those gifts and talents, you guys, but you have to be willing to let it be. All right, so get out there and go find your purpose. I love you all. Brittany's going to take it away.
So good, Con. So good. Just to really dig deep and say, okay, what is my purpose in all of this? So often we get hung up, how you said, on, Well, do I love selling shampoo? You have to think of it as this is an amazing vehicle that can get you to your dreams. And
yeah, they're gonna leave. Like, this is not in any way telling me right now all of a sudden that they are just obsessed with the products and everything, because again, like a couple other people that moved from Monet to iGenius, they've said that. They've said something very similar to, well, I just have found something new that I'm really passionate about, and this is just the same vehicle. And it just bothers me because it's the same bad system. It's not like someone moving on to maybe a different niche in regards to content creation. It's not even doing a different 9 to 5, for example. It is a different commercial cult that you're jumping to that screws people over.
if you have that vision, you can achieve anything, you guys. And that's kind of what I want to talk to you about. I'm just going to share from my heart tonight, because I think that the way that I did what I did, which was grow a successful team out here in California, was I really did have the belief right from the get-go. I had the belief in the opportunity. I had the belief that I could do it. I saw the vision so clearly. And I basically said, what the heck? Like, let's just do this. Let's go for it. I got some big dreams and I believe it can happen, and let's run with it. I didn't know everything, you guys. I didn't have all the processes and procedures down. I didn't have all the tangibles or the ingredients or the resources in the back office. I didn't have any of that. I didn't think about it. I just went with it. And that's what I want you guys to really, truly stir up within yourself tonight is, what are your dreams? Can you see that vision clearly with why you're doing this? If you go, I don't really know, that's okay. That doesn't mean you're not meant to be here. That just means that you really need to sit down and say, what is my vision? What do I want for what do I want for myself? What do I want for my family? What do I want for my future?
Exactly. What do I want for myself, my family, my future? Anything that they can at this point, they're gonna connect to the business or the concept of multi-level marketing. And I also feel like because they're trying to talk about the maybe lack of passion in regards to Monet, I feel like they're trying to build some personal connections maybe, because like I know this is a more specific team call. Very confused with this also, because we have all these calls that are like being created by a lot of people that are for everyone in Monet, but at the same time we also are having some of these leaders preaching a message that gives me the vibe, and this is just a theory, but it's almost giving me the vibe that it's creating more loyalty to them. You know what I mean? Not the company, but them. Talking at the beginning about, oh well, the leaders, no, we're so thankful for these leaders. Talking about pretty much like, oh, I'm training you, I know a lot right now. And maybe because these people might hop out of Monet, they might have a Zoom call someday that just says, and fuck, we might have it on this channel, hey, this is a new vehicle that we're moving to, and if you would like, you can come move and be a part of my team. I just feel like that's where this is going in a way. And we have to wait several months to a year for them to change. But with how Monet's falling apart, I feel like they're trying to find a way to slowly instill this mentality, because they know their power, right? They're trying to slowly instill a thought process that would make people loyal to leaders more than the actual company itself.
And I've always been like this. When I was younger, I remember my husband, he kind of had that scarcity mindset where when we first got married, or I think we were teenagers, and we were driving down the street, and he thought that my parents had this nice house, and he came from this little house, and he thought, this is what I'm always going to have. When I grow up, this is going to be my life, right? I'm going to have the same kind of house, have the same kind of life, work the same kind of job. That's normal. And I remember we were driving down a street one day, and I went, I want a house like that when I grow up. And it wasn't anything insane. It was just a really nice home. And he goes, you're crazy. Why do you think that? That's never going to happen, right? Because he just already had his mindset and his belief locked in. He wasn't willing to dream about what his future could be. And I think that I've helped him a little bit along the way of being married to him almost 16 years. But we can get like that. We can get where it's like, nope, this is kind of it. We don't really even think about the future. We just kind of do the daily steps day in and day out. And right now in our world, I've been just thinking of what's been going on in the world, where we're at, and why do I feel like some people are stuck right now? Why do I feel like some people's businesses aren't thriving right now? And I just can't really put my finger on it, but if I had to guess, I think that so many of us are simply just surviving. We're not dreaming big anymore. We're not out there going, I'm going to achieve this or I'm going to push for that. I feel like we've kind of gotten this weight pushed down on us where we're just simply surviving, right?
Yeah, Britt, that's called the economy is screwing everyone and their mother right now. There are so many people that talk about that. Like, if you're aware of it, why are you marketing off this thing that will take money from them? Because if you know that some people are getting by and surviving, which is true, I think that speaks volumes of their financial position. Like, they're struggling. They don't have a lot. They don't have time for daydreaming. They're focusing on what's in front of them. And I feel like sometimes in regards to working towards more can become more of a privileged mentality because not everyone has the access to resources to do that. The world that we live in right now, some people are just trying to get by and there's nothing that they can do about that. Are you going to provide more hours in the day? Are you going to provide more assistance for them? What are you going to provide to help change that? Like, if they're just getting by and that's all that they can do right now, what is this talk over? You can't fix that.
We're just paying the bills, taking it day by day. It is what it is. Let's just get through the day. Let's get through the year. Let's get through the moment, right? And I think that's where we need to switch it up. I think that from this point on, for the next half of the year, what are you going to achieve? What do you want? What is your next 1 year goal? Or what's your 1 year vision? What's your 5 year plan? What's your 1 year plan? What's your 5 year plan? Where do you want to be and how are you going to get there? I'm going to talk to you about, well, we're talking about, I guess, dreaming big and the power of belief and believing in yourself sort of go hand in hand, right? Because you got to believe. You got to believe in your dreams. You got to believe in yourself. I was listening to a few things, Tony Robbins being one of them, because he's going to be an amazing keynote speaker at MONATIONS. But he basically just said, the quality of your life is the quality of your emotions. What are you thinking? What are you believing? What are you putting out there?
Yeah, that's a crock of shit. Tony Robbins is a fucking idiot. I will always say that. I'm sorry, but having that mentality is stupid, okay? And why do I think that? Well, yes, you can have some differences in regards to your attitude. You could look at things in a better perspective. You don't have to be happy and positive about everything all the time. And it's really stupid to push the mentality that your quality of life will all of a sudden be totally different if you're happy. Like, do we not understand that there are many things in place in our society that literally prevent individuals from succeeding and doing good? How are you supposed to be happy about that? Like, again, I'm sorry, attitude does not define everything. You can be happy, but you could be in debt. You could be broke. You could be overworked. How do you, and also that's another thing. How do you expect someone to have a positive attitude when life is kicking their ass? Like, literally, when somebody's struggling and there's medical bills and there's all these other things happening, how the fuck can you sit there and think, well, your quality of life is just going to be good just because you think happy thoughts? This isn't fucking Peter Pan.
That's going to be the quality of your life, is the quality of what's going on the inside. That's pretty intense, right? How are you feeling? What are you thinking? What is going on?
Anyone else, I don't know, think of anxiety and depression because life is hard? I've had that happen before too. Like, people can't control this all the time. Are we not considering there are just so many people that struggle and they physically cannot control that they're anxious or overthinking about I'm sorry, that needs to go. That needs to go away. That needs to disappear. The mentality of, if you're happy and you know what, clap your hands, laugh is fine. Get that out, okay? There's nothing wrong with being happy, but this is toxic positivity. This is toxic positivity where we're making people be like, oh, well, if you're happy, even if it's a really bad situation, smile, it's okay. Your life will be better. No, fuck that.
Up here, what's going on in here? Are you saying, I'm going to do this. I believe in this. I'm going to make it happen. Or are you kind of playing the game of, I just don't think it's going to work. It's a really weird time. It's very hard right now. Or I'm struggling. I'm distracted. This happened, that happened. Are you focusing on the negativity? What are you focusing on? It's your emotions, right? So that's going to be the quality of your life. So I encourage you tonight to switch it around, to say each and every day, I'm going to get up and I'm going to make a decision to believe in myself. I'm going to make it a decision to believe in this opportunity. I'm going to make it a decision. These are all decisions. How Connie said, your passion is kind of fleeting, right? It's an emotion. You can be passionate one day and just depressed the next, right? You're like, whoa, you're going off all your emotions. Don't go off of your emotions, because if you do, you really won't get anywhere in life. You're going to be kicking like a duck under the water and just not really going anywhere. If you don't believe in yourself, then why would anyone else believe in you? Whew, that's a hard one, right? When I read that one too, I went, oh my gosh, it's so true. If you don't believe in yourself, why will anyone else believe in you? If you don't think you can do this, why will anyone else join you? If you don't think you're going to succeed, why will anyone else want to do what you're doing?
So what we're seeing from this call is Oh, you don't have to like what you're doing. Just have a passion connected to your family and then you just power through with Monet. Oh, I mean, your life could suck, but I mean, you just need to not focus on the negative so much. I mean, how is anyone gonna actually want to join you unless you have belief too? Which I understand in regards to this. I understand showing that type of belief, yeah, that makes sense, but you're setting people up for failure because they're gonna literally post about their belief and then they're gonna fail. And then they're not gonna do good because literally the odds are against them. And so they're gonna feel guilty and like a failure and guilty for feeling bad and guilty. Like, this is so, oh my God, this is literally gonna cause, I truly think MLMs cause trauma. I do. And I think this is a perfect example of it.
You have to have the belief. It will change everything. I'm telling you, you can learn all the other things. You can learn the ingredients. You can learn the comp plan. You can learn the back office. But if you don't have the belief, you're not going to get far. Okay, so what are you going to do? And why is dreaming so important? Well, first of all, if you want to write this down, dreams give us a direction. We all need to know our direction, right? Once again, what's your 1-year plan? What's your 5-year plan? If you don't know these, if you don't have a dream, you're not going to know where you're going, what you want, or where you see yourself at. Have you ever known a person who didn't have a clue concerning what she wanted in life, yet was super successful? Neither have I. It does not.
I don't know. Again, define success. Some people will be like, I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm excited and I'll go with the flow. They're happy, content. They have a family if they want, or they don't. Hell if I know. But they're content and happy. Again, the hustle culture has seeped into everyone. Not even people that want to live it. Everyone. The hustle culture concept of not always working, otherwise you're a failure. Having dreams, otherwise you're a failure. Well, you have to have a purpose and connect it and really hard, otherwise you're a failure. If you think negative thoughts, no. It's literally so bad. It trains people to feel guilty.
Not happen. You have to know where you're going. You have to have a dream. That's the only way you're going to get there. So dreams give us a direction. Number 2, dreams increase our potential. Dreams help us realize our potential and to tap into our greatest resources within ourselves. If you have the dream and you have the belief, amazing things will happen. I know. Okay, I'll tell you a story really quickly of my daughter. She's been practicing back walkovers and she's been practicing back handsprings. She'll, Mom, watch me on the trampoline. She'll do it. And sometimes I'm like,
what's up with Brittany and these analogies? They suck every time, or if anything, they prove our points more. A physical action, a back handspring. Okay, her success on that depended on her, and that's it. What is this? Please, Brittany, please tell us. What is this gonna have to do with Monet?
Oh my gosh, Cosette, be careful, because I'm just so worried about her falling, whatever, right? Well, sometimes she gets into today said, I can do it, therefore you did it. Forever, for the last 6 months, she said, I can't do it. I don't know. I'm going to do it on the trampoline. I'm going to be safe. I'm going to play it safe. I'm not going to, take too much of a risk. And all of a sudden, she got this confidence. She saw these girls. I'm going to do it. And she made it happen.
That's so stupid because one, if we're going to talk, I can't do a back handspring. I tried to get into gymnastics. I don't think I can do that. You know what that also requires? Practice, training, knowing what you're doing, safety, boundaries. Doing those kinds of things does require several stuff. So again, we're not even encouraging that in regards to the MLMs. How does this connect? This is like, these trainings are horrible.
And that's kind of how we are. We sometimes have to have a little push or a nudge. We have to have a reason for doing something, which is our dreams. We have to step out of our comfort zones, but it all is in taking that mindset shift, drawing a line in the sand and saying, I'm doing it. What the heck? I don't mind. Whatever's going to happen, we're going to do this thing right now, right? And that's what my daughter did in her tiny little 10-year-old way, was saying, I can, therefore I can. If I say I can, I can. So it increases our potential, our dreams. Number 3, it helps us prioritize. Who would have thought? Our dreams help us actually prioritize. A person who has a dream knows what he or she is willing to sacrifice or give up in order to get it. So now we have some idea of what are we doing? What am I willing to, how am I going to prioritize my life? What am I willing to give up? What am I not willing to give up? What am I willing to sacrifice? Because everything in life takes sacrifice one way or the other, right? Everything you're going to have to, there's give and take to anything. But when you have a dream, you actually know what you're doing and how you're going to get there, how hard it's going to be, or whatever the case. So it's going to help you prioritize. Number 4, it adds value to our work. So our dreams actually add value, which is kind of what Connie was saying. Our dreams put everything we do into perspective. So let me tell you a story. There is a story, and you guys have probably all heard this, and it's a little bit maybe tweaked, but it's the same concept. 3 builders. There were like 3 contractors. They're working.
Another analogy. Another. Why?
A gentleman goes up to the first contractor. He's, laying some bricks. Hey, what are you doing? I'm laying bricks. Okay. That's what he's doing. I'm just laying bricks, right? Then he goes to the next guy. What are you doing? And he says, what did he say? He said something along the lines of basically like, I'm sweating and I'm in pain and I'm wasting my day away, right? Like I'm just working. That's what I'm doing. And then the third guy that he goes up to, he's like, what are you doing? And he goes, I'm building the most amazing. And in this story, he said homeless shelter. He's like, look, see, over there is going to be the kitchen. Over there is going to be this other area. And it's going to be the most amazing thing that's ever been built. And it's because
You know what's so funny about this too? Is if you build a house and if you get like the education to do that, if you're gonna do that shit all by yourself, I can't even mentally understand how someone could do that by themselves. But for example, if you hire someone, they are able to do it, they have the knowledge, they have the skills, they have the stuff, they can do it. You can do it. Statistics aren't against you to build a house. When it comes to MLMs, the numbers are against you to build the MLM business. You can be as excited as you want about an MLM, but that does not mean it's gonna go well at all.
And he was able to see past what he was doing in that moment. And that's kind of what we're talking about with our purpose and our passion and having that vision, having your dreams is you can see today, what are you doing? I'm posting on Instagram. What are you doing today? I'm on a team call. But what are you really doing? Where are you going with this? And how Connie said her purpose is that she loves to see other women succeed. She loves to make an impact on other people's hearts. She loves to see that they're just a little bit better each and every day. And maybe she could have done that for them. What are you trying to do with this, right? But you have to see the vision. So, you know what I'm doing with this shampoo business? Oh my gosh, let me tell you, I have dreams and I have a vision and I know where I'm going and I know what this is going to do. I can see it happening with each person that I sign up. Brick by brick, we are building an empire of dreams that are going to change everybody's life that says yes in some way, shape, or form. There is a movement happening here, right? Everyone's like, I don't know, I joined this company and it's whatever. And I guess I'm like selling hair care every now and then. You have to have the passion behind what you're doing. And the purpose, because passion sometimes goes like this, right?
Okay, so we're gonna stop that there because that was about it for that video. But genuinely, these trainings are so bad. My God. Anyways, that was it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. And I will see you guys in the next one. Stay glowing, my beautiful queens. Love you. Bye.